Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Department Podcast, the wrestling recap version of the Department Podcast, where we're not only recapping some main points from this week in wrestling, but we're also going to predict Survivor Series, because Survivor Series is tonight. So there's a pretty decent card. It's not as stacked as other Survivor Series cards, but it's still Survivor Series, brand versus brand, best of the best, or whatever the hell they're calling it this year. But that's tonight, so we're excited for that. But before we get into all the wrestling nonsense crap, fellas, how you doing today?
Good. I was able to sleep in today for the first time in a long time, even though I woke up at 6:15. I went, oh, God, I overslept for work because I have to get to work by 7. Normally I wake up at 5:45, so I had that little heartbeat, the heart attack. I was like, oh, wait, it's Saturday. I can go back to bed. So we're good. And Jesse thought he was leaving the room, I guess, his cat or Sarah, whoever wants to get inside.
Yeah.
But I'm chilling. I got to sleep in, so I'm happy. And
glad.
Thanksgiving's coming up, so
best holiday of the year. Best holiday.
That's not true.
Christmas. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. Christmas and Christmas Eve are the best.
Love me some Thanksgiving. Love me some food and watching football all in one. Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, I get to see the Lions and the Cowboys.
Yeah,
every year.
Get to see.
The only good matchup is Steelers Ravens.
Oh yeah,
and the Steelers are going to dog them anyways because the Ravens are imposters. But Jesse, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. I'm kind of looking forward to Survivor Series. It doesn't look like that great of a card, but I'm kind of interested.
It's exciting always. It's always exciting one way or another. We know the Raw women's team's a little weak, and they made a change to the world title face-off again.
Which they do every year.
Which they've done every single year. The men's match looks really, really good, but we're not getting to that right now. We're going to start with a little outside the ring news, which is news that broke last week, but we weren't able to record an episode last week, but a little more tidbits came out about it. So I'm glad we didn't actually talk about it yet, because we can get like the full sort of picture on it now. But Zelina Vega was released from her WWE contract, and at the time this happened a little over a week ago, we didn't know why. We found out recently that it was because she had an OnlyFans account. And for people who don't know, an OnlyFans account is for either men or women to post naked pictures.
Adult photos.
Adult photos. But Zelina was not doing that. She was posting pictures of cosplay, her cosplay outfits.
And it was free subscription.
And it was free. And cosplay is just dressing up as like a character from a movie or a game, mostly game, because she's a gamer. So she was doing that, and they were a little edgy. They were showing some stuff, but nothing that would require the 18 plus mark on it, or the maybe TV 14, but not like the mature rating on it. They were still covering everything up that needed to be covered up, and she got released from it. So fellas, I need to get your opinion on this nonsense right now of why the hell they did this to Zelina.
Because WWE sucks and they want the money from everything that their people are doing. It stems down from that. And that's as simple as that. It's connected to Twitch. It's connected to Cameo and all that funny stuff. Undertaker's on Cameo, so they're getting money from that. That's why that's allowed.
And he's on TikTok too.
That's why they're pushing it. That's why they're pushing it, because they're getting direct money from it.
No, it just stems into...
It's all money.
Yeah, no, that's the heart of it all. That's what happened. And she's gone, and she'll probably end up in AEW, and that's fine because they let them do basically anything outside of the company, whatever they want, and that's how it should be.
Yeah. Whether you're not a fan of AEW or whatever, you can't deny that their wrestlers have so much more freedom and are allowed to actually do what they want to do.
Because they treat it more like a job, where it's
WWE is such a it's more of a job. WWE is more of like a
lifestyle type of thing,
like a lifestyle that you can't do anything else.
AEW is like, all right, once we do our recordings and you go home, what you do at home is your own thing. That's on your own time. That's not us. That's not our property. But WWE is like, okay, whatever you do, we own it.
Yeah.
We own it. Yeah, that's us. It's very much like the NFL and the NCAA. Like once you get to the NFL, it's like, all right, you kind of do what you want. But in the NCAA, it's like, we own your name. And that's kind of what WWE is. It's like, we own every single thing that you do. And if you have a problem with it, we will fire you. Or we will keep you on your contract and make you not be able to work, like they did for a long time with a lot of people.
Yeah, no, exactly what you guys just said is all points I agree with that. But a little tidbit that she used to be in Impact Wrestling before she got signed to WWE. So maybe she'll go there as well. It's really up in the air. If she even wants to continue wrestling, who knows? Maybe this put a sour taste in her mouth too, and she'll just stick to streaming and doing her OnlyFans stuff because she's probably making bank on there.
She was making more money pretty much on Twitch and OnlyFans than she was for WWE because WWE also doesn't pay its wrestlers enough.
And that's why they wanted a slice of the pie.
Exactly.
Yeah. WWE is a very, very crappy company. They're very bad. They're a very bad company. I really don't like supporting them.
Yeah, it's hard when they do stuff like that.
There was a report that Vince wouldn't even talk to Zelina when he fired her. He had somebody else tell her that she was fired and then had security escort her out.
Well, that's kind of like always been what they've done. When they fired people, they always kind of take the crappy way out. Like the whole story with Punk getting on like his wedding day, like his fired papers.
Crappy company.
Oh no, Justin, they said that was all a mistake.
Yeah,
it just happened to be on his wedding day.
They always like to take the sneaky way out.
Yeah, they're manipulative like that, but it happens. It doesn't happen. What am I saying? That's messed up. Very, very messed up of them to do that.
Yeah, I hope Zelina goes to AEW. I hope Alistair comes with her. Because
Alistair,
it sounds like he's trying to get his way out.
He wanted to go to NXT.
He wanted to go to NXT, and they told him no.
Yeah, it's sad.
Like CM Punk said, but I have a little bit more hope. Hopefully, this company will be a better place when Vince dies. Truly, because this all starts with Vince at the top. It really does.
It does. And on that note, we're to wrap up that little part. But I wanted to go back to the Undertaker cameo thing really quickly. They're charging $1,000. $1,000. Only 30 spots left. 30 spots that he's doing all together.
Two spots left. Two spots left now.
They made $28,000 from that.
This is them. So for 30 years, they did not touch the Undertaker character. They let it all be fully kayfabe, fully storyline. They didn't do anything with the Undertaker character.
No.
And now they are just pushing all their chips to the middle of the table.
They're making up,
cashing out.
They're basically trying to make up
the cameo, the
TikTok. He's a wine.
They're making up. They're making up for all the money that they didn't get for the first 30 years.
A lot of money.
But they're gonna walk a line.
Mark, you got one, right?
On a cameo, yeah.
If they keep rolling Mark Calloway out as the Undertaker, but Mark Calloway keeps doing other things, people are gonna realize pretty quickly Mark Calloway and the Undertaker are very different.
Plus, he was on Hot Ones too.
Yeah, I feel like this happened like a couple years ago. Like all this stuff just like started coming out with him getting the social media too. It just like he kind of like gave up. He's like, I want to be out there now.
That's the thing. I think because he sees how much like fun everyone else is having, like being able to go do things. Well, that's the thing. It's the money.
Yeah.
Because if he knows too,
if they charge $1,000 for the cameos, and even if him and WWE split,
60-40,
he just made $15K.
From nothing.
Talking for
30 seconds?
Literally talking for 30 seconds.
Cameos.
If I had a solid, stable job that paid pretty well, I would probably do this just because he's one of my favorites. But I'd rather meet him in person too, which isn't going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, give me the $1,000 to go in person.
They'll probably do that.
Yeah, but
they'll probably do that at the next Access show. I'd
do it for $1,000 in person if I had a solid job, solid money coming in, making a good amount of money, but as an unemployed, basically a college graduate at the moment because of the coronavirus, I'm not paying $1,000 for that. No, thank you. All right, that does it for our little outside the ring shenanigans right there. But let's go inside the ring, and we're not gonna break down every single thing that happened on Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. Instead, we are just gonna each pick one moment. It could be good or bad that stood out to us for the week. We've done this before with shows that we've recorded that has pay-per-views or other stuff involved. So I'm going to start this week because I haven't started one yet, and I'm going to go to Monday Night Raw. And with that, it was the WWE title match between the champion at the time, Randy Orton, and the challenger, Drew McIntyre. And prior in the night, Sheamus delivered Drew's old kilt and some old sword in his family. So at that point in time, I said, there's no chance in hell that Drew McIntyre.
And then the fact that he came out in the kilt and the sword, it basically had not WrestleMania level attire.
No, I
entrance,
agree.
But a big 4 entrance attire type of, build for it.
It was a Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
And it was a Raw.
You knew Orton's reign was not long for this world anymore then at that point.
It was a cool entrance. I agree, Justin. WrestleMania. I'd put it at WrestleMania caliber just because of the whole, you never see Drew in a kilt besides when he
also brought a freaking sword out.
Like, and he brought a sword.
When they had a weapon?
And he put it in the ground and the fire came up. And it was
last time they did something like that was like Seth, like with Brock, right? Was it?
Basically.
The staff in the ground, but they didn't have actual fire. They just made the ramp red.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, that was the match with Triple H, I think.
Yeah, that one.
When he lit. Yeah.
The Kingslayer. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one, like you said, he actually brought out a sword, a legit sword, stabbed it into the stage. Fire came up. It was pretty cool. It was a cool sight, actually. But match was what you expect from a Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre match that we've seen for the last couple months now.
My takeaway from this is why even take the belt off Randy in the first place? Just to give him a cushioned
out. Why take it off Randy, or why give
it to Randy?
Yeah.
Just take it off.
Because he's getting closer to 17.
It was a quick pad of the stats.
15?
I thought it was 14.
14 now.
I think he's at 14, and he still says he wants to go for like 5 to 10 more years.
Yeah.
Randy's gonna be the most all-time world champion when it's all said and done. I think they're out on Cena because Cena's probably not gonna come back. Crazy. And I think it's gonna be Orton. And they're gonna play into the whole Flair storyline. Well, it depends. That's true. Either Charlotte will beat Rick's reign first, or Randy will. It depends on Charlotte because of the whole family.
If Charlotte didn't take like the 9 months off that she's taken so far,
she probably would have already had like 3 more title reigns.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I think they have to do something with the Cena Orton rivalry to wrap it up eventually. And they should
you say that, but I don't think they will.
I said this last night when we were all talking online on Xbox. But I think have Orton get to 16. Cena's already at 16.
Somehow have a vacant title and then just winner take all.
Winner wins the title. Loser has to retire. Plain and simple. That's how you get. That's maybe WrestleMania 40 or something. You do that at.
What number we at?
I don't know if Cena's ever coming back. I really don't.
I don't think he's coming back for a title.
Cena fan.
I don't think he's coming back for a title run.
Well, but that's the thing. Like that's the
he might
one
pop
thing that
in for like
kind of held out is him being at 16, and he's never gone for that last title reign yet.
That's a good story. That's honestly right in front of you. That's a really good story.
They won't do it. It doesn't matter. They won't do it.
I don't think they'll do it. I don't think Vince has too much pride to ask Cena back. Cena's already said he would come back if Vince asked him, but Vince is never going to ask him.
He just wants to keep bleeding the Undertaker.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But anyways, Drew won the title.
Yeah, they pulled the old switcheroo again. I know we'll get into Survivor Series, but either match, if it was Orton versus Roman or Drew versus Orton, or Drew versus Reigns, that's going to be a good match either way. So thankfully, both options were good, but we're getting Drew Roman now, which
this wasn't a Jinder Mahal situation.
No, it wasn't. And another thing that kind of hinted at Drew winning the title is the week prior, he was on Smackdown confronting Reigns and Jey Uso.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like why would you be there?
They started the build already kind of before Drew even had the title.
They needed something other than just Monday night's go home show to be in the promo package for Sunday night.
Yeah, because I think this Survivor Series has honestly had one of the worst builds in years.
There has been none.
Yes,
exactly.
By far.
Like I know
we didn't get the we didn't get the obligatory show versus show invasion.
Exactly. It's very cheesy that stuff, but it works for the story. Yes, it does. But
because then at that point, it's like, why are they fighting each other? Like, what's at stake?
The Drew Roman stuff was my moments of the week last week and this week. Ahead. I mean, it was fantastic. Roman telling Drew that he's a secondary title holder. Nobody's watching Raw because they're watching SmackDown.
Not wrong. He's not wrong.
No one's watching Raw because the writing sucks on it.
That's also Yeah,
but no, Roman's great.
It'll be a good
Roman's
match.
Good. I love what they're doing with Jey Uso. I love
everything. Main event Jey Uso, by the way, like several weeks in a row, he's in the main event.
That's fine.
That's
fine.
Awesome.
He's good enough.
It just adds to the story that Roman got Uso in the main event for like 3 or 4 consecutive weeks now, ever since he joined up with Roman. It's good stuff. Very good stuff. Like I said, Roman's good, Drew's good. This match, if you guys remember, it was a snooze match at WrestleMania 35 a couple years back. Now these are two of like the biggest, hottest stars in all of wrestling right now, and it's like the complete opposite of WrestleMania 35, which was Roman's return match from beating leukemia again. So it's cool to see these guys go at it again. And
I just hope it's not like. I just hope Orton like doesn't interfere. Like I want this match to be like decisive and clean because
it's gonna be Fiend.
I just don't want that. Like
it's gonna be Fiend
because it is, and it sucks. So who do you think he's going after then? Drew?
Drew
has to be.
He's on Raw.
Yeah.
But that does it for my pick and Jesse's pick of the week. Basically, kind of combined our two because that's two of the best things going right now between Drew and Roman. But Justin, you're last. Will you stick on Raw and SmackDown, or are you gonna pick something from good old NXT?
Oh, I'm going to NXT.
Oh wow!
And I've been screaming it and praying for it for 2 months now at this point since whenever Pat came back, and it's happening. It's official. War Games. It's back. Basically, the era versus Team Pat and his boys. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be great. It's happening. They did it.
Yeah,
they'll probably be in the Thunderdome, but they're doing it, and I don't care.
They did it.
Pat's face. I sent it to you, Clark, in like a screen grab. His face when they said War Games and he realized like what was going on. He sold it perfectly because he knows what it means, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, and he's realizing that his little antics can't protect him inside those two cages in those two rings. So it's fun. But prior to all that happening, Finn Balor came back in that segment and kind of brought out the Undisputed Era, which was interesting. I don't know if they're setting up something there again, but you never know.
Well, Balor put up a picture, I think it was on Twitter, of him, Cole, and AJ.
Styles.
And
Balor Club.
And it said like something about like the Balor Club or Bullet Club or something there. I don't know. It could totally just be something that they put up though.
Yeah.
Because why not?
But no, that was great. And it got cut off. That's what sucks about this part in NXT. Like NXT ended after the 10 o'clock window when it's usually not supposed to end around then. It ended at like 10:05. It ended with the big brawl between the two. And the announcement from William Regal came on like WWE.com or something. So
yeah.
Kind of sucked.
How to manage your time better.
You got to manage your time better. I think it's because Rhea and Io went too long because that was a phenomenal match as well. That easily would have been talked about on a normal episode because those two put everything on the line. That was a fantastic match between Rhea and Io. But no, we're getting War Games. We're getting War Games.
December 10th, I think it is. It's a Saturday.
It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. 6th. I want to say the 6th.
No, because my birthday's on. Well, actually, that could be. Yeah, because my birthday's on the Thursday, the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
6th. Cool.
6th is a Sunday. Yep.
It's the 6th. No, your birthday's coming up. That's right.
Pearl Harbor Day's on Monday then that week.
Yep.
Nothing else is important on that day.
Yes, it is.
You're right.
Only celebrate Pearl Harbor Day. Nothing else.
Nothing else?
No. Not like Jesse's birthday or anything.
Yeah, you guys are.
We're close.
Close. Wow.
And then you're all the way in like what, May? March? May.
Yeah. So anyways, War Games, we have a men's match and we also have a women's match coming up too. It's Team Shotzi versus Team Candice.
That's gonna be fun also.
Yeah, Shotzi looks like she's at I don't know, but I mean Team Candice looks like she's gonna have Dakota and Raquel and Indy Hartwell. Looks like that's her team. And Shotzi's probably gonna have like I don't know some of the faces down there.
You'd assume Rhea would probably be involved.
Rhea,
maybe Io, maybe
Io.
If they don't put a women's match on.
Yeah,
I think Io will probably have another match.
Yeah, but I forgot who came out to help her. Maybe Casey Catanzaro or something because she was on this week too. But something like that. That's cool. That's our picks from the week from moments that stood out to us. Pretty decent week in wrestling. NXT stood out, of course, like always, but there were several moments on Raw and SmackDown that were good too. But this is what we're here for. We're here to predict Survivor Series 2020. And we're going to start off with the match that we talked about the most the last couple minutes, which is Drew McIntyre, who is the WWE champion, versus Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion. And since, Jesse, you brought up these two guys for your pick of the week, I'm going to go to you first for your pick.
Roman. Drew's
lost.
Drew's lost a couple times already. Roman hasn't. Maybe there's some interference. Maybe there's not. I don't think it really matters. I think Roman should win. I think Roman's the right call to win.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Roman just because he has way too much momentum, and like Drew just got the belt back and he's lost here and there, so he can eat a pin and nothing really will happen. If they're trying to book Roman as this unstoppable force and just the next big monster heel, they're not going to have him lose. Now, it depends on how he is going to win. Is Drew going to get taken out because of the Fiend and Roman can take advantage, or he's going to win straight up clean? Either way, it's going Roman's way.
Yeah, 100% Roman, I think too. Drew's ship kind of sailed a little bit. He's still he's a big face on Raw, probably the face of Raw, but his ship kind of sailed. Like his popularity died down a little bit, I feel, just because he wasn't really doing much. He was fighting the same guys week in, week out. But Roman,
he was thrown into the Randy feud for his entire title reign.
Yeah, so that doesn't help.
And then they teased the Keith Lee one,
he's never been seen from again in the title picture, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
In the title picture. Yep.
Roman. I'm going Roman as well. I think Fiend interferes somehow, and that's your feud going forward into TLC. Maybe Daniel Bryan helps Drew because it looks like they're setting up Daniel Bryan and Roman too for TLC or whatever next pay-per-view is. But I'm going to stick with Roman for now. It's kind of hard to predict these because you kind of have to predict the matches how you think they're gonna
go afterwards.
Yeah, it is because it's of course brand
because that's like the whole thing. That's the whole thing with like Drew and Roman, where it's like, okay, if it's just straight up this is non-canon, just seeing who wins, that's fine. Then the Fiend obviously won't happen, and then at that point it's a crapshoot who's going to win. But obviously they're keeping it within the main storyline, so the Fiend's going to get involved, and at that point, because here's the thing. They were building up Fiend to go after Orton, which we all thought he was going to interfere anyway because they were, like he never forgets and he was coming after Orton for the belt. But now Orton doesn't have the belt, so what's the point in going after Orton? So now he's just going to go after Drew.
Yeah, plain and simple. You said it best. Justin, we're going to stick with you now for this one. The Men's Survivor Series match. Let me just announce the match, really. We got on Team Raw, we have Keith Lee, AJ Styles, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Riddle. Not Matt Riddle. Riddle. And on Team SmackDown, we have Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and Otis. Justin, tell me your pick.
You just look at Raw, and it is so much better.
It is.
Yeah.
Like Otis, he's a non-factor. Corbin,
Hey.
He's going to be the first one eliminated. So right then and there, you're down to 3. And it's like, is Jey Uso going to be the sole survivor? It would be fantastic if he was. Don't get me wrong. It would really legitimize him if he was. But Kevin Owens, he might have a good run. Seth Rollins. But you look at everybody on Raw, it's just so much better. And I love AJ Styles, so I'm just going to take the whole team of Raw for this one.
Jesse?
Yeah, I think SmackDown has implosion waiting to happen kind of thing. Is Owens face or heel now? I don't even know what Owens is.
Whatever he wants to be on a week-to-week basis.
He's a tweener.
He can do both, and it's fine. Let him hug the fence until they give him a
King
legitimate
Corbin
story.
King Corbin on a team doesn't seem like it works out. Give me Raw. I think SmackDown just has a bigger implosion kind of thing, and also there's just less good people on SmackDown's team.
I'm gonna go the complete opposite of what you guys just said.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
Raw is the one that implodes. I think Raw. Obviously you haven't watched Raw week to week.
No, but
you haven't seen the team basically not get on the same page.
No, I know, but just Otis and Corbin, really? They're gonna win.
It's not gonna be Otis. It's not gonna be Corbin.
I can't see them
doing anything productive.
I can't see them pinning
in the main
Keith
event.
Lee, AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, and Riddle.
Yeah,
all
main eventers. All
those guys.
Braun and Keith Lee probably get eliminated by countout or disqualification. That's what they do with their big men to protect them every single year. But who has been in the main event every single week of SmackDown for the last month? It's been Jey Uso, and Jey Uso is going to be the sole survivor of this match. He's the least likely to because he probably has the least amount of pedigree out of every single person.
They get him some respect storyline wise from Roman too.
Exactly. He's going to put SmackDown on his back. It's probably going to be like a 3-on-1 situation, and he's going to be the sole survivor for SmackDown.
I think you guys are thinking that they count Survivor Series as canon in story. And
they usually don't.
So that's the problem. They don't.
Survivor Series SmackDown is versus Raw now. That's the thing.
True. Exactly.
When it used to be
they never have it play into storylines anymore.
When it used to be like Team DX versus Team Rated RKO, that was like a legitimate storyline. But now when it's Preshow, it's like who really cares?
Yeah.
But Raw is going to win. They have too many bigger names to not win.
I'm sticking with SmackDown with that one. But
all right, fine.
on to the next one, the Women's Survivor Series match. We have Team Raw.
Yeah, it's the complete flip side of things.
Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lana, and replacing Mandy and Dana Brooke this week for a reason I have no idea.
Some people
why.
think Mandy's hurt.
Just replace Mandy then.
Well,
because then you put Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce in here. I thought Charlotte was going to come back on Sunday. I was getting excited, but no, they put these two people in this match. I don't want to use bad names.
And it's not like they're like an official tag team either, because if the Iconics are still a thing, it would have been perfect. You take a quasi tag team out and stick them with and replace them with a full tag team. But no,
I would have been better with this too if Billie Kay would have made it onto Team SmackDown.
Yeah, that would have been good.
But no, Natalya got in this week for some unknown reason. So Team SmackDown's Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott.
Meet her pay-per-view quota.
Yeah, Liv Morgan, Bayley, and Natalya.
Got a pay-per-view quota.
Yeah, honestly, at this point.
Her and Lana.
Yeah, they both have. It's going to be Team SmackDown. It's just so much better. And I just they're just.
I mean, come on. Bianca Belair should easily
be the sole survivor.
Be the sole survivor. Easily. I said this months ago.
Or if they want to
it makes too much sense.
Liv a little bit more of a push, because isn't her documentary coming out this weekend also?
Yeah, weird. So, right?
Yeah, that nothing against her, but that's just a weird person to just choose one on, considering they showed the whole rebrand of her like pretty prominently in the trailer, and considering they dumped it 3 weeks in.
They literally didn't rebrand her.
And once again, I'm gonna disagree with you guys. And Team Raw is winning, and I've said this for weeks now.
No,
I'll probably be wrong with one of them, maybe both. That's fine. But I'm going with Lana going through the announce table, sitting there the entire match, scrambling in for the pin.
Now, does Nia and Shayna
wouldn't she get counted out?
Yes. She won't be legal at the time, so it doesn't matter. She won't be tagged in. But yes, it will be Nia putting Lana through a table, because that's what they do for the last 9 weeks or so. So that's going to happen. And then who's going to be laying in the ring? I'm going to go with Ruby Riott laying in the ring as one of the last ones for Team SmackDown. And then Lana just crawls back in the ring, puts her arm on top for 1, 2, 3. Lana's the sole survivor for Raw, and they win. I hope it doesn't happen, but that's what I think is going to happen. And we're going to take a quick break right there. We have a couple more matches left to go through, so stay tuned. We're going to finish those out really quickly. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, and we only have about 3 or 4 matches left, and of course, the Undertaker's farewell, where we're going to try to decide what's going to happen. It's very hard to tell. They haven't really said anything about that, but we're not there yet. Nothing, literally nothing.
They haven't even hinted at who his confrontation would be, unless it's in the documentaries and shows that I just haven't watched yet. Otherwise,
sure, I haven't watched them yet either.
I mean, because he announced his retirement in Last Ride, so unless they've been doing stuff in there, I have no idea. I truly don't.
Yeah, no, me neither. But let's get through the matches first before we get to that nonsense. We're going to talk Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion, versus Sasha Banks, the SmackDown Women's Champion, and we'll go to Norm for this one. What are you thinking?
I want Sasha, but I think it'll be Asuka.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I think it's going to be Sasha.
Oh,
they're trying to put as much momentum on her as possible, and if they can have her beat Asuka, because she came up short against Io Shirai because of Asuka. So what's one way? Way back when was that Bash or In Your House or whatever it was?
Bash, I think. Yeah.
So what would be one way to kind of get revenge for that by beating her at Survivor Series?
Yeah, I like the point you made, but I'm gonna stick with Asuka for this one. I'm not looking forward to this because this was the feud of the summer, basically.
Yeah, they're rehashing a lot of things as usual.
Yeah,
because in the men's match, you're gonna get Corbin versus Riddle, which we saw a lot of. Otis, whatever. That's the thing. It's like they're kind of bringing back old rivalries,
and they're not. I like when they're not doing anything with him when they're good old rivalries. Or face-offs we've never seen before. I remember a couple of years back when Robert Roode was still kind of on the hot side, and they had to face off between him and Triple H. That's like, oh, like the Bobby Roode was like kind of like the Triple H in TNA, and they was facing off against Triple H. Like that's cool, like stuff like that. But when they're old rivalries that I couldn't care about, I don't care. Maybe I can't even like think of one. I'm looking at both matches. Maybe Lana and Natalia would be one.
Because they were a quasi team for a little bit.
I mean, Keith Lee, Kevin Owens would be kind of cool. But that's not really a rivalry. It's just two athletic big men. But whatever. You're going Sasha, Jesse, and I are going Asuka for that one. So
yes,
Justin,
sir.
We're going back to you for this one.
Ooh.
Probably the match of the night. I'm really looking forward to this match. I'm glad New Day kept their title, even though it would have been fine if Benjamin and Cedric would have won them on Raw. But I'm glad it's staying the way it is. It's the New Day, the Raw Tag Team Champions versus the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. Justin,
like you said, this could easily be match of the night. Two of probably the best tag teams we've seen in the last 5 years, and this could very well be probably one of the best tag team matches we've seen since like the New Day Uso feud, a few years back. I love both teams. They're both highly entertaining, and I've said it before. I kind of think the Street Profits are a little more entertaining. So it's really going to be, this match is going to be who can one up each other as showmen almost,
Yeah.
And I really think they like both teams. And it's kind of funny that they're representing, the shows that they just literally just handed titles to.
Yeah.
So that's also a kind of just a little funny nod to that these are the two teams that are going to go up against each other then. But at the end, I like the Street Profits.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
A lot.
I'm not sure.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go New Day. Give me New Day. I don't know why.
I'm gonna stick with Justin on this one. I think the Street Profits, just because they're younger and they can kind of build off of this.
They're almost like the New Day in a way.
Yeah, very like eccentric, like very exciting and very goofy. Yeah, I get that.
Like how New Day had the cereal, they have the solo cups.
They have the solo cups. Yeah, true. I like what they were doing on SmackDown because Big E's on SmackDown and the New Day's on Raw, and like Big E, like you're still gonna get your butts beat by the New Day. So it was funny. Street Profits. I'll stick with the Street Profits for now. Xavier Woods. Yeah. Xavier Woods, one of the most underrated wrestlers, I think, on the entire roster. So I'm glad he's finally.
And we didn't talk about it too. The New Day are playable characters in Gears of War 5 for some reason now. So WWE's definitely getting money from that. But at the end of the day, that's a free download pack. So what does it matter at that point? But
cool.
Well, Batista's also in there.
You can play as Batista on Next Gen you can literally take him, replace the normal actor who's played Marcus Phoenix in the character model for the last 5 Gears of War games and play the entire story campaign as Batista.
That's cool.
But it's not like it's Batista. It's literally Batista as Marcus Phoenix, which just looks bizarre, but I got to do it one of these days.
Yeah. That is pretty cool. But Street Profits, I'm sticking with. It's my turn for this match, and we're getting Bobby Lashley, the United States champion, versus Sami Zayn, the Intercontinental
This has to be a squash match. There's no way Sami
Lashley
Zayn he'll get some offense in, but he won't win. There's no way. If they've been building Bobby up as like a monster, unstoppable, like the muscle of the Hurt Business, how is little scrawny Sami Zayn gonna win? It just won't happen. He'll maybe do a few little kicks here and there, but he's going to the Lashley lock or whatever they call it now, and he's done. This will be under 5 minutes.
The Hurt Lock.
Yeah, I'm picking Lashley too. I'm glad this feud doesn't revolve around Lashley's sisters again, and both characters actually they have characters now. These guys, it's just not guy who loves his sisters versus Canadian
surprised
guy.
Sami hasn't
brought that up,
made fun of that. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't made fun of it because Sami likes to do things that he shouldn't normally do.
Maybe during the match.
TV.
Maybe during the match. He'll be like, "Where are your sisters?"
Yeah, maybe.
I'm glad it's Lashley in this new role in the Hurt Business, being the CEO of the Hurt Business, and Sami Zayn being this crazy lunatic, delusional kind of champion. So that's fun. We're all picking Lashley. We're gonna go to the pre-show now, and on the pre-show, this was announced yesterday. I just want to get a random pick. This
how is KO not on this?
I know.
I was about to say kickoff Owens.
No kickoff KO.
Imagine they pulled him from the men's match and put him on this.
Wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised.
If he wasn't on the men's team.
For it to be, I would love for it to be Aleister Black.
The dual brand, yes. There's a dual brand battle royal on the kickoff show. Jesse, you're saying Aleister Black?
Sure. Yeah.
Justin.
Have they announced who's in it or not really?
Nope. Everyone else on the roster. I'm 20 people. So 10 Raw, 10 SmackDown.
Give me anyone from Retribution.
That's a very
good God.
That's a very good pick. But I'm gonna say a pick that's not gonna sit well with both of you. And it's Lars Sullivan.
Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is.
Yep. We're all gonna have to sit through a Lars Sullivan match, and he's gonna win the battle.
Never mind. I take back Aleister Black. It's Lars Sullivan.
He'll eliminate Aleister Black at the end.
He's
gonna eliminate like everybody. They're gonna have Lars do what like Braun does to the tag team division.
Yeah.
Just
eat them. Just eat everybody.
But people you can expect in this match is probably Dolph Ziggler, Bobby
Ziggler, Miz, Morrison,
Hardy,
Tucker, maybe.
Tucker, probably.
This is what Tucker's role is literally just be ring filler.
So stupid. It's so bad. But who cares about that? Honestly, I just had to get that out there. I couldn't end the show on that. I know I have it out of order on the sheet, but I couldn't not end the show with that.
Yeah, good audible.
We're ending the show with this though. The Undertaker's final farewell is set for Survivor Series, and we all, I think, have no idea what's gonna happen.
Imagine it's like Rock, This Is Your Life.
You see like Michelle McCool walking out with like the daughter, and then
like Kane comes out.
Vince comes out.
They might.
Oh, that.
No, they can't. They can't.
Please no.
I don't think it'll be a match though. I don't like.
It's not gonna be a.
It's not a match. It's definitely not a match.
He's gonna talk. He's gonna cut, not a promo maybe, but he's gonna thank everybody for this, and might just end like that, just having a nice, almost Hall of Fame-ish speech in the ring.
Kind of like a class of his own.
Guarantee he doesn't come out in the hat and the jacket. He comes out bandana, flannel, and jeans or something.
Yeah, I think he comes out more as Mark Calloway.
I'd put money down for that.
I think we see Vince like, remember like when in Last Ride they asked
Flair
like,
retired.
Like remember like when they asked Vince like, what does the Undertaker mean to you, and he just cut it.
Yeah.
Maybe we see what. Maybe he comes out and actually says what he wanted to.
I would love to see him just get interrupted by someone, though.
Oh, God, and start a feud.
Yes, I would, because he needs... I know there's not going to be fans, but they're trying to get fans for the Royal Rumble. He does not deserve to have a retirement match
by LCD screens.
Exactly. He deserves to have some capacity.
Yes, but also that's kind of what made it good was that
there were no fans.
You're right. No, you're right.
He's an old man. His body's been through too much.
You think we see like legends come out like Rock? Austin,
I think so.
Maybe.
Flair, Austin,
Kane.
Yeah.
If I had
maybe Kane if he's not busy, being the mayor.
Kane. If I had to fantasy book this and I had to pick someone to interrupt him, this is really out of left field right now, but I'm going with Karrion Kross.
Oh.
What do you mean? Oh,
interesting.
A healthy Karrion Kross. It's almost similar characters in the way how Karrion Kross portrays the devil.
I don't think they could possibly have a good match. I don't think there's any way they could have.
The names are great. The actual outcome would be atrocious.
Yes, exactly. But I don't think Karrion Kross needs to be in NXT. He is too established.
He should have went straight to main.
Yes, he's too established to be there. And having him retire The Undertaker officially and being that guy, give me it.
5 guys have retired The Undertaker.
Oh, no, you're right. But
if I had one guy to retire The Undertaker, give me Triple H. Have Triple H interrupt him and be like, I want one more match.
And then roll out Shawn Michaels to be referee, and it's
roll out Shawn Michaels
twice in a lifetime again.
Put him in Hell in a Cell.
Oh my God!
In Florida, they're already in Florida.
They're already in Orlando. You're right. Man, I would rather have someone younger, like either.
No, it would have to be someone younger.
Bray.
We all want it to be the Fiend, so it's not going.
It's not going to be the Fiend.
I don't even think they're going to interrupt him. I think they're just going to give him a nice little send off.
Does this end the show?
And then they'll be like, "Did everybody make sure you get Undertaker on Cameo and follow him on TikTok and look at these special edition Undertaker shirts we made tonight. You can only buy them tonight. Everybody buy them.
He has a collab with Snoop Dogg.
And then the
wine.
Dogg, yes.
And the wine.
Yep.
I just wanted
they're going to be like, there's an
an
Undertaker hoodie. They're going to release a disc set of Undertaker 30 years with all his best hits.
I would buy that.
They're pushing this cash cow to the middle of the field before they.
Because here's the thing: they bled him dry in ring for 30 years. They can bleed him dry merchandise for another 30.
For hundreds of years, but even when he's dead, they can still.
Come on, the Undertaker's already dead.
I see what you did there. Right? But if this is the main event of the show, something will happen. If it's during,
it has to be the.
If it's after the Raw Women's Survivor Series 5-on-5 match, it's just a farewell. It's
got to be. They've been doing this 30 years of Undertaker.
Imagine they do it on the pre-show
for so long. They've been doing this for like what, a month, 2 months, like leading all the way up to this. They've been doing it. They did photo shoots for all the wrestlers.
Yeah.
And then fired one of them.
Shinsuke, Jeff Hardy, Sasha. They have all of them in like Undertaker attire. Selena.
Yeah, they did. And it has to. So I don't know what did happen, which makes it exciting in a way. So that's exciting. Survivor Series is shaping up to be a pretty decent show. More decent than I expected after talking about it. So I'm excited.
I hope it's good.
Yeah, me too.
I hope Roman comes out and kills him one more time. That would be actually great.
Just everyone who's beating him at Mania.
Roman just comes out, spears him, and just keeps yelling that it's his yard now. Get out, old man.
Oh, I would love that.
That would be the best one, I think.
It would. And on that note, that does it for this episode of the Department Podcast. Thank you guys all so much for watching and listening with us. Make sure you guys subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Leave a like, a comment. Let us know your favorite part of the show. We like interacting with you guys, so please let us know your picks for Survivor Series, because this is going up on Sunday morning, so Survivor Series didn't happen yet. So let us know what you guys think that happened at Survivor Series. Make sure you follow us on our social medias at Department_pod on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. We follow back for the most part, like other podcasts, guys. Yeah. We follow back, so give us a follow there. We have our NFL recap episode coming up
on Tuesday, probably. Yeah, because then Survivor Series recap will be Monday.
Yeah,
and then NFL will be Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah. You're okay. We'll talk a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, they'll be earlier in the week.
Yeah. So Survivor Series recap, NFL. I don't think
something else.
Baseball or basketball, maybe something.
Who knows? Probably not. Nothing's really happening with either
of
them.
Probably not. But we just put out a basketball draft and free agency episode yesterday, so go take a look at that. And then there's a wrestling recap again next week, probably.
Life goes on.
And life goes on, exactly. So stay tuned to all that fun stuff, and we'll see you in the next episode.